Okay, okay, so we're going to look at silver from a broader view. We've looked at silver from the weekly time frame where we spotted. I was saying that the most recent event was when central banks started raising rates, being the Fed in question. So we have here. And why I don't trade gold, I was saying that gold is currently at all-time high territory, those kind of things here. And yeah, price will always make newer highs and newer lows. Fine, but silver is still well within charted territory. So we know where the nearest upward resistance is and the next downward support could be. However, this is the weekly time frame. Let's turn ourselves down a bit. Okay, so this is where we are in the daily time frame. Now, you use the most recent market events to like tell you where you are currently in the market. So we have the market in somewhat of a range here, a very not so clean range, but moving. Um, the market did its inverse head and shoulder here, and it took off. So you see that playing out there if you trade inverse head and shoulder. Um, the next thing I'm seeing in this market now is the market refusing to take out this high. So the market has given me a shoulder here, a head here, another shoulder here, but the neckline has been stubborn. So it has had difficulty taking out this neckline, rejecting here again, rejecting here again. But I say if it's rejecting, it's not going as high again. I was really hoping that it was going to come back here and give me a double top, a final neckline, but it didn't, and it started pulling down. Now there are other things I used in my analysis, but for me now this market is in a downtrend. It's a short-term downtrend, but what makes it downtrend? A high, a low, a lower high, and a lower low. About to get a lower low. This is the daily time frame. Now, if this plays out, you can see the market coming back to correct or connect with these levels. But you have to be a very patient trader to actually get down. So what can another thing that can make this move a possibility, because trading in general is not it's there are endless possibilities, so you need to merge your trading needs to be structured. So if we're going to I was saying on that reason that this trade can become a possibility, that this market can give me that sway downwards, is that the market can give me this sway downward is that the dollar might pick up strength. There might be a move to safe haven currencies given the FUD in the market. FUD is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There might be a move to safe haven assets, especially if there's further escalation in the war in the Middle East. And with the coming, what is it called? With the coming election this year, we can see that we might gain dollar strength. There is just that possibility for dollar strength in the long run. So first things first, you cannot ignore that there is a structure here. So our first trade target should be, let's take a short position. If we get our entry requirements in the H4 time frame, our first trade targets so we're looking for a break off here and our entry somewhere around this price. First target is going to be 21,800. Second target is going to be 2094. We'll see the market make out this move, or do we have the discipline to sit it out? Now that is one possibility. The next possibility is that the market could find there might be serious risk aversion and gold starts to buy, and this in turn will create a pull up in the commodities sector, and that will move But that's for silver. Let's quickly look at oil. Oil has been in a very interesting place. Oil has been, there is a very beautiful possibility that an escalation in the Middle East tension will lead to significant buys in crude oil. So we'll be looking into that. Before I get into crude oil properly, let's go to the lower time frame in what is it called? Silver. Okay, so we've seen clearly that we've had our head and shoulders. If you're not looking for an entry, you could maybe pick a trend line. Market coming anywhere around here can be a good entry, especially if it comes up and fails. If it tries to break out and it fails, that is the perfect entry. So if you get a breakout and a failure to sustain that breakout, that will just be the most beautiful entry for a sell. Okay, with that said, let's go back to crude oil. Okay, so this is crude oil here. Crude oil, if you trade head and shoulder patterns, you have spotted it, but this is just our arranging. To complete this, we can get crude oil talking 87.90, but it's a possibility, but that's long term. But if there's any serious escalation, I doubt. I don't know. I cannot say I doubt. Disclaimer: I do not know. But yeah, any serious escalation can lead the price of crude oil to skyrocket quickly. But for now, I'm still very bullish on crude oil. So when my entry requirements are met, I would look for buy entries in crude oil. There will be interesting buy opportunities in crude oil once these things are met, once our entry conditions are met. So we could take a buy. However, if crude oil decides to correct, so that's why it's a very interesting place. Because of how steep this trend line is, you can break it and decide to correct. Go back for one more test before going back up. That's the nature of the market. So you can't really predict the market, you just react to it. If you try to predict it, it could really enjoy you. So this is where we are. I'm of the buyers that crude oil is going to buy. My other indicators are saying that it's going to buy. But then again, you do not predict price, you react to price. So even if it pulls back down to give me a fake out of this trend line and pulls back into it, that would just be perfect. But if that doesn't happen and it pulls back even lower to retest, that's this trade failed, but the next one won't. The next entry will be somewhere here. So that's it for crude oil. In the meantime, this H4. I'm still carefully looking at this H4. Anything can be possible. So if I get a H4 sell signal, I'll still go within my rights to sell, but I won't, because of what I feel, because of I'm having it's a bias, I've forgotten the name of the bias right now, but because I have a belief that it's going to buy, I might not be incentivized to try and sell it, but if it meets my sell condition, I will sell it. As a rule of thumb, try buying an uptrend and selling a downtrend. Just try it. Over time, it will even out. So if all you're doing is buying an uptrend and selling a downtrend, over time it will even out. But you just need to understand risk management and your psychology too. Okay, so quickly, that's what we have. I said I was going to look at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is in a very funny situation. Bitcoin doesn't want to sell, but it's selling. So Bitcoin is, for me, Bitcoin is looking to beat. I say Bitcoin is looking to beat. Bitcoin is going to hammer out this support. Is this 40,000? It's going to beat 40,000 so that it can. The market made out of foundations. I tell my students that the market is it's a, think of it as a multi-level story building. So that each support and resistance is like a foundation and a ceiling. So the market has to beat it out, like this 40,000 now. It has to beat it out and be sure that, yeah, we're not willing to go below 40,000. In Nigeria, say the decking, they will beat it until the decking is set, so that they can put another floor on top. So yeah, that's my view on what Bitcoin is currently doing. So we're going to beat 40,000. We're going to beat it a lot, but if you are institutional, you could be getting your entries anywhere at 4,200, 4,500, 40 itself. Just place and hold as an institution. By the end of the quarter, it might be a very interesting trade to have made. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. This last one's like my favorite analysis.